What if I told you that millions of innocent children and adults are trapped in a nightmare that most of us can't even fathom? What if I told you that right now, as we go about our daily lives, there are people being exploited, sold, and forced into unimaginable suffering? Sound of Freedom isn't just a film, it's an urgent call to action, exposing the dark truth about human trafficking. The stories in this film are real and the pain is real, but what if I told you that we can do something about it? What if the first step to ending this nightmare is simply opening our eyes, feeling the pain, and taking action? This film doesn't just show the horrors. It shows the incredible courage of those fighting to save these victims. And it challenges each of us to ask, what will we do with this knowledge? Stick with me, because the change starts now, and it starts with you. What if I told you that the greatest power you have in this world is not your circumstances or your resources, but the decisions you make every single day? What if I told you that the way you think, the actions you take, and even the way you respond to challenges are the true drivers of success in your life? We all have the ability to create our reality, yet most people wait for external things to change before they take action. But what if the secret to transforming your life isn't waiting for everything to be perfect? It's about making the decision to take control right now. Imagine for a moment you are facing a challenge, something that feels overwhelming, and the most natural instinct is to retreat, to wait, to hope for some miracle to come and fix everything. But what if the moment you choose to take responsibility for that situation, to own your response to it, is the exact moment things begin to shift? The power to change your life is in your hands. It's not about waiting for life to give you the perfect conditions. It's about deciding to take massive action regardless of the circumstances. What if every single thing you want to achieve, every dream you've had, starts with making the decisions today to take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your choices? Your future is shaped by the decisions you make right now. What if the power to create your dream life has been within you all along, waiting for you to take ownership and act on it? The truth is, the life you're living today is a direct result of the decisions you've made so far, and the power to change it is yours. What if today you decided to take charge of your future? What if I told you that the biggest obstacle standing between you and the life you want isn't your lack of skills, time, or opportunities, but your own limiting beliefs? What if the reason you're not achieving your goals, not living up to your potential, or not getting what you want out of life is because you've been holding on to beliefs that are holding you back? Most people don't even realize that their beliefs shape their reality. You see, the stories you tell yourself about who you are, what you can achieve, and what you deserve are often the invisible walls that block your path to success. But what if I told you that these beliefs are not facts? They're just stories you've been telling yourself over and over again. Imagine for a moment you've always believed that you're not good enough, or that you'll never be successful because of your past mistakes or your circumstances. But what if I told you that those beliefs are simply illusions? What if the moment you decide to challenge those beliefs, to see them for what they are, nothing more than mental barriers, you unlock an entirely new reality for yourself? The truth is, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself through your beliefs. The moment you choose to rewrite your story, you begin to rewrite your life. What if I told you that the key to your success is to let go of the limiting beliefs you've been holding on to for so long? Imagine what you could accomplish if you chose to believe in your potential. If you stopped thinking you're not worthy or capable. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that you can't achieve them. What if you decided to challenge that belief today? What if I told you that the energy you need to change your life isn't something you need to find or chase? It's already inside you, waiting to be unlocked. What if I told you that you have the power to generate the energy necessary to achieve your dreams, but you've been looking in all the wrong places for it? Too many people go through life feeling drained, overwhelmed, or stuck, thinking they need more time, money, or resources. But what if I told you that the true source of energy and motivation doesn't come from external factors? It comes from within you, and the key to accessing it lies in how you choose to move, think, and act. Imagine for a moment you wake up every day feeling energized and driven, not because you've found some secret source of energy, but because you've learned to generate that energy from within. The truth is, your internal energy is limitless, and the more you take action, the more you create it. Most people feel tired or sluggish because they're waiting for motivation to find them. But what if I told you that you can create that motivation by simply taking the first step? The more you move, the more you act, the more your energy builds. What if the reason you haven't achieved everything you want is that you've been waiting for the right moment or the right time to feel motivated? What if I told you that action creates energy, and that the only thing holding you back is your hesitation to get started? Energy is created by momentum. The moment you begin, you unlock the drive, the passion, and the energy that will push you towards your goals. What if you could start today and generate the energy needed to transform your life? What if I told you that the greatest barrier standing between you and your dreams isn't your lack of resources, skill, or opportunity, but your fear of the unknown? What if I told you that the very thing you've been avoiding, fear, is the key to unlocking your potential? Most people try to run from fear, avoid it, and let it stop them from taking action. But what if I told you that fear is not the enemy? What if, instead of retreating from it, you could use it to propel yourself forward? Imagine for a moment you're standing at the edge of something big, an opportunity, a goal, or a new chapter in your life, but fear holds you back. What if I told you that instead of letting fear paralyze you, you could choose to embrace it and use it to fuel your next move? Fear often tells us we're not ready, we're not good enough, or we're not capable. But what if those voices are exactly the ones you need to silence in order to reach new heights? Every successful person has faced fear. It's not the absence of fear that makes them great, it's their ability to act in spite of it. What if I told you that everything you want is on the other side of fear? The most successful people didn't wait for fear to go away, they leaned into it. They acted despite it, knowing that growth happens in the uncomfortable, uncertain moments. Fear is the signal that you're about to do something important, something that will stretch you. What if you stopped seeing fear as an obstacle and started seeing it as a signal that you're on the verge of something life-changing? The only way to truly grow is to face fear head-on, knowing that the greatest rewards are waiting just beyond it. What if I told you that the secret to living your best life isn't about getting more things, more time, or more opportunities, but about reconnecting with your true purpose? What if I told you that the key to fulfillment isn't in what you have or what you do? It's in knowing exactly why you're here and aligning every action with that purpose. Too many people go through life chasing the wrong things, money, status, recognition, believing those will bring them happiness. But what if I told you that true happiness comes from living in alignment with your values? Imagine for a moment every decision you make is driven by a deep sense of meaning, every action aligned with a purpose that excites and fulfills you. What if the key to living an extraordinary life isn't to constantly strive for more, but to focus on what truly matters? When you have clarity about your purpose, everything else falls into place. Your relationships become deeper, your work becomes more meaningful, and your energy increases because you're no longer living in confusion or chasing empty goals. What if I told you that the most successful people don't measure success by the number of achievements they have, but by how closely their life aligns with their core purpose? When you're in alignment with your purpose, everything works in harmony. You stop feeling scattered, overwhelmed, and lost. Instead, you feel clear, energized, and in control. What if today you chose to reconnect with your purpose and start living in alignment with what truly matters to you? The life you've always dreamed of is waiting for you to focus on what's truly important and take action with intention. Your best life starts the moment you decide to live with purpose. What if I told you that the single most powerful decision you can make today is to stop waiting for things to change and start taking massive action right now? What if I told you that the moment you begin to act, no matter how small the step, the world begins to shift in your favor? Most people wait for the perfect conditions, the right opportunity, or some miracle to happen before they take action. But what if I told you that nothing happens until you move? The truth is, action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Imagine for a moment you have a dream, a vision of the life you want, but you've been waiting for the right time to start. What if I told you that the right time is now, and that by taking just one small step, you begin to create the momentum that will carry you forward? People often underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. It's not about making big leaps all at once. It's about taking one action after another every single day, no matter how small, and watching how it leads you closer to your goals. What if I told you that the people who succeed aren't the ones who wait for perfection, but the ones who take action in the face of uncertainty? They know that the perfect time will never come, and instead, they create the momentum they need by taking action in spite of their doubts or fears. What if today was the day you stopped waiting and made the decision to take that first step, knowing that each step you take is one closer to the life you've been dreaming of? The power to change everything is already inside you. It just takes the decision to act. As we close, remember this. The life you've been waiting for isn't going to come to you. It's something you have to create. The moment you take massive action, everything begins to change. Every step, no matter how small, moves you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. The power to create your future is already inside of you, and it starts with the decision to take action today. Good luck as you take that first step toward your future. I know that with your commitment, courage, and determination, you can achieve everything you desire. Thank you for your time, for your focus, and for choosing to step into your greatness. The world is waiting for you to make your move. Go out there and make it happen.